Welcome back to our series on Firebase integration with SwiftUI in iOS app. So in today's video, we will be exploring an important aspect of a Firebase Firestore integration, deleting data seamlessly from Firestore in SwiftUI. Specifically, we will be focusing on implementing the functionality to delete items in a shopping list app. But before we dive into the implementation details, I want to remind you of the exciting surprise giveaway we have planned at the end of this series. So make sure to stay tuned and follow my social handles for more details down the road. Trust me, and you don't want to miss out on the chance to win some amazing prizes. And now let's get started. But before we do, I'd like to ask for your support by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. And your support encourages me to continue creating informative tutorials like this for you. All right, so to begin the process of deleting data from Firestore, we will refer to the official Firebase documentation. This documentation offers comprehensive guidance on integrating Firestore into your SwiftUI app and handling data operations effectively. So if you haven't get started yet to integrate, so you can watch my previous videos, or you can start from the get start. The Firebase does have a really comprehensive documentation. It shows you step by step and how to integrate everything. So it should be pretty simple enough to set it up. All right, so in our case, I think what we want to do is, since we have a shopping list, I think in most of the case is we want to delete one item at a time on the list. So I think we want to go down. This one is a deleted document, which is the place where you host all your data, or most importantly, your shopping list. But I think we want to delete a particular field. This one is updated collection. This one to delete one particular field, which I don't think we want to do that, since we have a field that contains an array of items. So I want to delete one item inside of it. Okay, so in this case, I think what we can do is we can get the list of items and remove the one that we don't want it, then re-update the list. So let's go back to implement that. But I will also implement the code so we can delete the entire list. So we're gonna use this eventually to delete the entire list to give you the option. But for now, let's go back to Xcode. Right, now let's jump into the code and see how we can seamlessly delete data from Firestore in SwiftUI. So let's start by review what we want to do for deleting one single item. Since deleting one single item is basically just re-updating the shopping list. So there is upload and fetch. I think we just need to re-upload, override it. So what we can do is creating a function to sorting out and removing the item we don't need it, then re-uploading, calling this again. Or actually in our case, we want to re-update everything. So pretty much we want to override it. What we can do is shopping list, field array union. Maybe there's a way to remove that inside one particular array. I do recall to see a remove remove array calls. So let's try this. See what the function they give me. So update the data. We're still gonna have shopping list, and then we're gonna call field value dot remove array remove. There we go. Returns a special value that can be used with set data or update data that tells the server to remove the given value. I think we can use this one here. So let's remove this and create a new function. So then we can scratch the idea of filtering out. We can directly give the item we want to delete, and it should help us to delete it. So since we call upload the shopping item, maybe you can just call it delete remove shopping item. I want to use the same ID, and also want to give the item we want to delete async throws. And right now we can pretty much copy everything except that one function. We will be using different value to it. We want to check if the item, if a document exists. If it exists, we want to remove it. If it does not, we don't want to do anything. Probably gonna throw an error says where that is not available. So we're just gonna throw a empty error domain. It's gonna be called error domain. Code gonna be 99. Let's just give a user info to it. And let's localize the description key. We're gonna just call document does not exist, or make it easier to understand. There's nothing to delete. Usually you should not hit this case because on the user interface it should be handled properly, but we'll put it here just in case. Or you can put a fatal arrow to crash here. So in that way, whenever a developer or QA person, quality assurance person, trying to test out the feature, they will know immediately what's going on, because this kind of error should never really truly pass on to the user or even go into the, or happen in the production. So if anything goes wrong, then we know we need to fix it right away. So let's continue. Instead use array union, we can just use remove, array remove. So in that way we can remove this particular item inside the array, then we should be good to go there. All right, so we have this function. Now we want to add a mechanism trying to remove that function. So let's run this code first. Let's see what that look like, and then we can talk about what we want to do next. All right, let's assign up. Let's assign in actually. I remember it was test@test.com. Pass at where one. Maybe it's exclamation point. Yes. Okay. So we have like 3 items here. So since we have a table view list, might as well add a couple items. Let's add a maybe candy, sugary object, sugary snack that tastes good. Now we'll just default snack, add item. And we will need to rerun this so we can see the data. I think we can add a way you can update itself. So whenever we add one, it should be pulling down new data. So let's add that real quick. Go to the content. Where do we first pull down the data? Shopping list. So we have this task here. Get shopping list. And whenever after we update it, we need to call this a similar function again. So what we can do is go to the DB, actually Firebase Manager. We are going to add a new item, upload it. after you've done that, let's do a try away. Firebase, App Store, and fetch shopping list with user.userid. So that way we can see a new data right away. So let's, all right, we have to also assign this. Okay, right there. Actually, let's just call this, it'll be easier. So try away, get a shopping list. Okay, I think we should be good there. Let's rerun this. Okay, let's start logging. Now we see that we see 3 items. Let's add one more to test out the new updated version. Let's call pork. Maybe pork. Yeah, pork. Meat. That for food. That tastes good. Meat. Okay. All right. As you can see right there, we added. It showed up already, so that's a good thing. So we got the data immediately. Okay, so what we want to do is probably want to just implement a really easy version of a deletion or removal mechanism. So what we want to do is actually maybe do a swipe to delete. So let's see what we can do on that. All right, let's go to the content view. Oh wait, actually shopping list, since we have the for each here. So I want to enable the thing called onDelete, and want to perform a function. I believe that's called a function. I believe that function is called a delete and add offset. I think I forgot the syntax. So let's go online, take a look, and see where we can find it. All right, so here is the function I find on the hacking with a Swift. So basically, it's pretty straightforward, simple. You have the onDelete perform the delete, and you have this function here. So we're just gonna copy that for now. And let's go back. All right, so let's just paste right here. And then we're gonna call this a delete. You can just call it delete. It will point to that function. And then you want to delete that particular data at that location. So we want to delete the local data and also the data on the server. So let's go back to the Firebase. So here we already have this remove shopping items. So I want to call this in the Firebase manager. I want to create a new function here. We're gonna call function delete item, delete item. And we want to delete with the index of the item, right? So we want to pass in the index. So basically, we want to call the Firebase manager. We want to pass this add offset to it. So it's gonna be an index set. So let's go to here. Index set. And then we want to find out which one is it. So the one that's containing all the data is items. So want to locating. So let item to be deleted equal to items dot items actually add offset. I believe was at offset. This should give us at offset count returns a number of integers itself. Remember there was a function or something, an index. Okay, basically it's the first element that's gonna be. Let's take a quick look. So basically we want to remove add offset, right, for this array. So I think we can definitely find something here too, but let's put this task here for now. Try away Firebase manager delete. We want to call offset. Okay, so let's go back in here. Okay, so I think what we can do is actually, I believe there's an index to this. Index equal to add offset first. I believe that's the index. Yes, okay. So then we can use this index to find out which item is. I believe that might be optional. Okay, so let's do a guard lab. Otherwise, we'll just return it because no need to do anything. And now we have this index here. Item to be deleted. Yeah, we got an item there. So now we can actually call try away Firebase store remove item. User ID is user.user ID. Item's gonna be the item to be deleted. I think we can also copy this guard here for the user. So if we don't have a user, there's no point to do anything anyway. So then we can use the user ID to remove that. And after that, we want to put on a new one. So let's just call try away get shopping list. And we do need async through for our function. And then we should have this delete item ready. Then we can go back to here. And I do believe we needed this do catch again. And we can just simply print out the error for now. All right, let's test this out. Okay, we want to simply log in. Once we do that, let's remove item. Okay, now we have this delete enabled. So let's remove this apple here. Okay, so in theory, the data has already been updated. And what we want to do is to double check on the database, see if that is actually removed properly. So let's go take a look. Okay, welcome back to our database here. So let's refresh this page. So we have water, we have steak, candy, and pork. And also then the apple is gone. And that has already been properly removed. And there you have it, seamlessly deleting data from Firestore in our shopping list app by leveraging the power of Firestore and SwiftUI. And we can create a seamless and efficient user experience. So this concludes our series on Firebase Firestore integration. The last step, the deleting, should be really simple and easy. And if you have any complicated data, you might also need to manipulate the data in your local application before you can submit a new version of the data or to rewrite your document. So we've covered a lot of ground from uploading, deleting data to creating a seamless user experience. So I hope you find these videos helpful in enhancing your app development skills in Firebase. And as always, if you enjoyed today's video and found it valuable, please give a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. and your support encourages me to continue creating informative tutorials like this for you. And remember, the surprise giveaway awaits you at the end of this series, this entire Firebase series. So stay engaged and follow my social handles for updates. And you won't want to miss out on the chance to win some amazing prizes. So thank you for joining me in today's video, and I'll see you in the next one as we dive into Firebase Crashlytics integration. Until then, keep coding, keep learning, and I'll catch you soon.